Alright, greetings everyone. I am the gifted. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. And if you've not subscribed to this channel, please do that. Okay, I mean you. Subscribe to this channel, okay? Go through my videos, watch the teachings, watch the skits. I am very sure that you will learn something from it. Alright? And you will thank me. Guess what? Today is the wisdom gist with the gifted. I'll be gisting us on a very important topic, a very vital topic that is very necessary in our society today, in our families, and in the world at large. And what am I talking about? It is the consequences of premarital sex, the effect, the repercussion of indulging into premarital sex. Premarital sex is having sex outside wedlock. Okay, so if you are single, you are not permitted to have sex. You are not permitted to have any intimacy, any intercourse with the opposite sex until you are married. You know, sex is a very good thing. It's a very sweet and wonderful thing. But God ordained it for the marriage. So until you get to that place, don't involve in it because it comes with a lot of. Anyway, I hope you know what sex is. Look at them. I know you do. Anyway, this is not one of the reasons why I came today. I am here to talk about the consequences and not about sex. Maybe some other time we'll talk about. Let's go. One of the consequences, one of the repercussions, one of the effects of premarital sex before marriage, is loss of focus. When you get indulged in premarital sex, you will notice that some people lose focus because of their nature. Some people are too emotional. They get carried away. They get obsessed. Okay, with the accounts with sex. Okay, I remember I read a story of a young girl. Okay, she was still in school, but she got involved in this premarital sex. Okay, so according to what she said it got to a point that she's no longer concentrating in her studies. She's no longer picking up in things, both in church, in anything. She's always thinking about the things that she did. You know, the actions. Okay, so you see, this girl has lost. Even in the church, when the preaching is going on, she's thinking about sex. So now tell me, how do you think this kind of a girl will make it in life? So it's premarital. When you start having sex before marriage, it will get you obsessed, make you lose focus on your career, on your ministry, on your education, and many things. Okay, so it is not good. That is why I always advise, wait until you are married to get involved in sexual activity. Now we move on. So another effect or consequences of premarital sex is that it makes you to marry wrongly. Yes, because in the process of being indulged in sexual activities, you notice that your affections will be attached to that of your sex partner. You know, you just love every activity. Maybe she knows how to do it. She knows how to give you the dog and the cat and the cockroach, the rat styles. Okay, so you feel that she is the one, thereby making you to choose the wrong spouse. You will be obsessed that you won't be able to know if you guys are compatible, if you guys are made for each other, if you guys are on the same track, if this is the will of God for you. So you notice that at the end you make the wrong choice. And when you now get into marriage, you began to see that this is not who I wanted, this is not who I desire to have. Okay, you see that involving in premarital sex makes you to end up with the wrong spouse. It makes you to end with the wrong person. Or maybe, for example, you got the person pregnant. You know, it is not your responsibility. So because you can't abandon her, you have to marry her, and she herself won't go with the pregnancy. She will have to marry. I remember a friend who got who was into a relationship, and on the long run, she got pregnant. She told me she never wanted to marry this guy, and they said the guy is from the States where she never wanted. But because of the pregnancy and from where she was coming from, her family background, her father will not accept such. So they had to do the thing quick before people knows about it. You see, and each time I come to her, she always complain. She's always complaining. I don't like this man. So you see that this is what premarital sex does. It makes you to marry the wrong spouse. Okay, so that is why we see that you have to be careful. You have to be careful before going into this thing we call premarital sex. All right. Another effect or consequences is that it can cause you STD, sexual transmitted disease. Can I tell you? Many people today that are suffering from impotency, infertility, some kind of diseases get it from sex. Because if you are to get it from your spouse before you get married, I know they always send the couple, the intending couple to lab, you know. So from there you will know how, you know your health status, you know your challenges. But in the process of, in the area of premarital sex, you don't have the time to go to lab. I mean, you are with your partner, because these days they no longer call it a boyfriend, girlfriend. It's now my partner, lover, whatever you call it. Okay, just know that anybody that you are having sex with that is not your husband, you guys are fornicators and adulterers. Okay, so maybe in the process of you are with your partner and the tension came, and the passion came, you guys are on fire. Before you know it, he's in, and that is it. In transmitting disease into you, and you transmitting to that person. And there was a day I was with a friend, and her girlfriend came, so she was lamenting. Can you imagine that my ex get me infected with syphilis? Was it syphilis gonorrhea that she said? And do you know how much this girl spent in treating herself? So sex with somebody that is not your husband can cause you, can lead you contracting sexual transmitted disease. Some of them are incurable. Some of them take years. Okay, some of them damage things. You start having watery sperm. You have a weakness of the womb and every other kind of diseases. That is why you need to be very careful. That is why we advise wait until you are married, because when you are getting married, you guys will go for lab and you know your challenges. You know where you need a medical attention and work on yourself. Okay, that is another effect of premarital sex. I move on again to the other consequences, which is infidelity in marriage. Yes, when you started having sex before marriage, you notice that in that process maybe you have a lot of partners, a lot of friends, okay, you were having affairs with. When you get married, you won't be able to stop it. I'm telling you, you will continue with that attitude. You don't change. You won't say, let me tell you, marriage does not cure the sickness of infidelity. It does not, because you advance to what they call adultery. So when the thing now comes to the extent that when you now begin to have sex before, when you begin to have sex before marriage, when you get into marriage, you will not stop it. It will continue. And thereby maybe breaking the heart of your partner, causing problem in the family. Most of these problems that we're having now is because of infidelity. Now check, 80% of them are caused because of infidelity, because nobody wants to share his or her partner with anybody. It's heartbreaking. Okay, that is why you need to hold on now. So when you get married, then you flow with your partner. Another effect is that it will get you sexually active that may affect your partner in your marriage. What am I trying to say here? When you begin to, when you get involved in premarital sex, having sex before marriage, it will make you to be sexually active. Okay, you will know all the styles, you know all the ways and everything. And maybe the lady or the man you are about to marry doesn't have such ideas, doesn't have such knowledge on the kind of things she will have to do in order to make you happy. So you see that when the person now comes, you become unsatisfied. And that is where this infidelity comes in, because when your man is not giving you the way you want it and your lady is not giving you the way you want it, you see that you would desire to go outside. Okay, so it makes you to be sexually active. You will now know everything. There are people who have, maybe you not trigger your libido. You never know the kind of libido you have. You may have high libido or low libido, and in the process of continuous sex before marriage, you see that you are triggering the feelings, so that when you now get married and the guy or the lady is not giving you the way you want it, you become unsatisfied, you become unhappy. Most especially men, okay, they won't be comfortable again with their spouse. They see her as a love of wood, and they are complaining. And when a man is not sexually satisfied in a marriage, or more, you are in problem, okay, because you will not have peace with him. So that is why we said, wait, then when you get married, both of you will flow together, exploring each other, flowing on the same capacity, the same level, okay? So premarital sex will cause you to be sexually active. Some men are very funny. They will play their Casanova, they will flirt around, have many girlfriends. But when it now comes to marriage, some of them will go to the village to get one naive girl, one unexperienced girl, and you now expect the girl also to flow with you. You see, before you know, you're having problem with her because she's not what kind of person you trained yourself with. That is why we advise you, please hold on till you are married. All right. Now we move ahead to another consequences, which is unwanted pregnancy. Many people have turned to single parents all because they could not hold body. Some women, most especially women, their career, their education, their future has been cut short because of unwanted pregnancy. They have become single parents, bringing into the world illegitimate children. Bringing into the world illegitimate children. Do you know the pains these children go through of being aware that they don't have a father, the love of a father? They don't have a father, the love of a father, the protection of a father, the care of a father, being raised by only a mother. Not that the father died, just that you don't know who the man is, or the man abandoned you. Do you know the trauma that comes with it? I mean, you getting pregnant, the shame, the insult, Some people's parents have disowned them because they got pregnant. Some were chased out of the house. Some passed through a lot of humiliation. Some were expelled from the school or from their work. I remember when I was in JS2, precisely, yes. There was this my classmate that got pregnant when we were in JS2. And she was scared. She will have to go back to school. Then we had set her past her. You see, some people may be lucky, their man will marry them, but how will the marriage be? Some are unlucky, the man will deny you. And you yourself that deny the girl of a pregnancy, you don't even know if you have another child tomorrow. Okay? So see, this is the consequence. I mean, the effects, the consequences are more than the pleasure. Okay? Are more than the pleasure. Okay, now we go ahead again. What premarital sex will cause, the consequences it will cause is that it will make you to be wayward. Today you dated Kenneth. Tomorrow it was Desmond. Next day you are dating Favor. The next day you are dating Victor. The next day you are dating Justina and Kelechi, Temitope, and everything. The more you keep on jumping from one hotel to the other, from one bed to the other, you are becoming wayward. You are becoming too exposed. You are activating sexual pleasure in you that you may not be able to hold yourself. And that is why you see some girls, they will say that I'm 18 but I've slept with more than 20 girls. Almost waiting. You see, that is what premarital sex does to you. It makes you to be wayward. Because you never know when you are getting married. You don't know if you will be lucky to marry at 20 or 25 or 30. And if the devil wants to punish you, man at 40 years, hey, you don't sleep with 500,000 of men. And that's why sleeping with them, you are exchanging spirits with them. Bible says that he that is joined with the harlot is joined with the spirit. Because when you are joined to the Lord, you are joined to the spirit of the Lord. And when you are joined to a harlot, you are also equally joining with that person's spirit. Do you know the kind of spirit that person carries? Especially you people that goes to hotel to sleep around. You have to be careful. Some people's destiny has been tied to the married world. Some people's destiny has been tied to witchcraft COVID. Some people's destiny has been tied to the occultic men. Some people's womb has been removed. Some people's sperm have been deposited at the foundation of marine kingdom. All because they were trying to, what am I saying? The effect is too much. So, premarital sex will make you to be wayward. Most of these people in the brothel, in hotels, it did not start that day. It was just a gradual something. Before you know it, will keep on growing till you got into them. The spirit now possesses everything that happens in life has a spirit. That is why Bible is pleading. Flee from sexual immoralities. It's for your own good, because God has seen the effect that comes with it. Okay? Again, it makes you to marry unprepared. I know of a girl that married when she was in GS3. What does she know about marriage? Do you think marriage is all about sex? Or a guy that married at 22 years. Before 28 years, you are hearing, I'm no longer married again. I don't want again. It makes you to marry unprepared. For example, you got the girl pregnant, you won't deny your responsibility now. You will go and marry her. Maybe you are still in school. You have to drop your school and take care of your family. You are not a married man. Or maybe you are still with you are undergoing training and you got pregnant. End of it. So it makes you to married unprepared. Okay? Maybe unprepared may not be by age. Maybe you're not financially prepared. Then tomorrow you're hearing package, give me money for soup. War will now start. That is what premarital sex is, because you get carried away by pleasure. You get carried away by pleasure. Then you ended up marrying when you are not ready. I know I've heard of somebody who said he wanted to have his masters. This guy is still in secondary school, but he was forced to marry because he got somebody impregnated. Or maybe in the process he gets impregnated, he went and did the abortion, and then they will ask you to be forced to marry that person. So the effects are many. I move on to the effect of divorce. 80% of divorce are caused by this premarital sex, because at the moment you guys are having an affair, before the marriage, you did not see her fault, he did not see your fault. So you guys now, went in. Then you are like, was it the guy I married? Was it the lady I married? Then your character has been to, marriage is not a child's play. I usually say it. Marriage is for the mature. Don't be carried away by the kissing and the romance and everything. It's just a few days. That times in marriage itself, you don't even have time for sex. I am telling you. I was a day my leader was sharing something that she was actually doing midnight prayers. So she had her neighbor's wife crying in the midnight, and she was like, what has this man done to this lady? And she was forced to stop her prayers and listen. If he's dropping into their discussion, and he had the woman crying, I don't want to do it again, it's paining me, I don't want to. She began to play the blood of Jesus on her ear. She said, no. She said her prayer point not changed. You see, so let me tell you, this thing you are stealing and doing, stealing. One day you will do it and get tired. But then you'll be given license to do it wherever you want, wherever, anywhere, anytime, any place. Then you'll be the one running. You will start feeling, I'm sick, I am tired, I am this. Men also feel, don't think that it's only women. There are times men will say, I'm tired. So let's cool down. The rate of divorce in the society is alarming. People are saying the devil is in the society. The devil is doing this to the marriage, the devil is doing this. You yourself will resist the devil, and he will flee from you by resisting immorality. Okay? Bible says marriage is honorable among all, the bed undefiled, fornicators and adulterers go with church. So keep yourself until marriage. Don't waste your strength now, so that when you get in, you begin to utilize it well. Because the moment you now enter and begin to have problem in your marriage, this is divorce, and God hates divorce. God wants us to have a happy home, and sex is full of ingredients, I'm telling you, that makes marriage to be sweet. Go and ask them. To the other one, which is, it leads to distrust, lack of trust among couples. Bible says, can two work together unless they agree? Your man is suspecting you, you are suspecting him, because you know how you guys started now. Maybe the first day he met you, he slept with you, or 1 week he met you, he slept with you. So you feel that is the way he behaves. When she now comes back late, you are like, where did you go? Who was with you? Who called your phone? The phone ring. You are like, because you know how you guys started. When you start your marriage on the wrong foundation, the Bible says, if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? If you start your marriage on the wrong foundation, there will be trust. I am telling you, because I know how we started now. I know the way you saw me the other day, you just told me, and the next you took me to bed. So I feel like any girl you see on the way, because getting married to somebody does not mean you will not see other girls. The beautiful ones are not yet born. You keep on seeing them every day. So in the process, there will not be trust. There is this neighbor of mine, every day they are quarreling. Why? Where did you go? Where are you coming back by this time? Why is this? What? Because there is no trust in the marriage. Another ingredient in marriage is trust. If you don't trust me and I don't trust you, then we are there as enemies. Okay? So this is what premarital sex does. This is what it causes. It brings katakata in the marriage. It brings distrust in the marriage. Distrust in the marriage. Okay? So we move ahead to I hope you're enjoying this teaching. Okay, we move. Okay, so again, another effect is that it gets you engagement ring and not wedding ring. Yes, I've seen many people. There is a guy that really wanted to date a girl, and the girl was forming hard to get. He proposed to her. Then he had sex with her. The guy dumped her. Some people has gotten an engagement ring that lasts them for 3 years, and the guy is not doing anything, because of course we have been doing the duty of a wife. What else does he want? So you are not begging him, come and do something now. You say that I will come, don't worry, I'll come and do small thing in your hair. I'll come and do some small thing in your head. Premarital sex has gotten many ladies engagement ring and not wedding ring. He will go as far as buying you costly ring. Call his friends, propose, and you are like, he's not mine. You will not go there to cook indomie, you pass the night there, you do your weekend there, as in the wife to be. The guy don't move. There was a friend of mine that actually went and lived with this boy, all because he proposed. And the same day, she was still living in that guy's house. This boy went and paid somebody's bride price. That is what premarital sex does. He has seen your front and back. He doesn't need it. He wants fresh thing. Men are adventurous. Okay, so they don't like except the ones that have fear of God. Okay, so that you give it to him does not mean that he will stay. Highest thing the guy will do is to give an engagement ring. When he's fed up with you, you just throw him back. So finally, actually, I don't want to sound spiritual about this teaching, but I feel there's nothing that man can do without involving God in it. Okay, we live for God, we live for Him. Okay, and our ways are being ordered by Him, and we are here to obey His instructions. Okay, so final effect is that it is sin before God. Our God says, flee from immorality. There are many places God has talked about sexual immorality. I remember the apostles telling their Gentile converts to abstain from sexual immorality. Just as I quoted in Hebrews chapter 13 verse 4, Bible says, marriage is honorable among all, the bed undefiled. Okay, that fornicators and adulterers go with church. Okay. Premarital sex is not only for teenagers, it's for both adolescents, the adults, the widows and widowers. Let me tell you, if you're a widow and you're still having sex with somebody that is not your husband, or a widower, you are also involving yourself in this premarital sex, because you are given the license to go and remarry. So if you want to remarry, instead of you living a dirty life, your kids are watching you. Okay, so it is sin before God. Bible says, "Thou shalt not fornicate, thou shalt not commit adultery." For now, if you are still single, if you are not yet married, okay, if you don't have a wedding ring, if you've not paid your bride price, or you've not wedded, or if not, are you a woman? Do your leg like this, cover up until wedding night. Are you a man? I hope there's a zip on that trousers. Zip up. Whole body until you are legally married, until you have received blessings from your families and from God. And you are not free to do it anywhere, in the kitchen, the couch, in the bedroom, anywhere. You have been given the license, and you will see the blessing that comes with it. But if you start now to start messing up, there are many consequences. But I just feel like using these few ones, okay, because of time. Okay, so the sex outside marriage is just like 5 minutes of enjoyment and many years of sorrows and languish. So my final advice: stay away from premarital sex, because it comes with a lot of effects, a lot of consequences, a lot of disasters, and so on. And the emotional things about it also, you know, you fell in love with somebody, you give him or her your body, and everything at the end, that's when you start hearing, hey, he broke my heart after he has slept with me. Who forced you? So I thank you so much for watching me, and I'm very sure, surely that you learned something from this. You know, if you like that your neighbor you felt is a flirt, that man that brought different girls at home, do you love that your classmates, do you love that? Please share this video to them, let them learn that this thing they are doing, they are only igniting fire upon their life, they are only trying to burn their soul. Okay, they are just trying to kill their destiny. Many people's destiny has been cut short, many people's career has been cut short, many people's health has been cut short because of this premarital sex. So our advice, we share these videos to them so that they will learn. If you love them, save a soul today. Thank you so much for watching me. Remember to subscribe, okay?